We are having so much fun, and we know you're going to love our next guest. His name is Tony Walker, and he is a comedy guy. He's so much more than that. We're going to hear about his journey of how he had cancer, how he lost his leg, and how we're here to laugh about it, basically. Welcome, Tony. How are you?
Hey, Donna. How you doing?
Good, good.
Thanks for
so
having
let's
me.
start with the leg, because
Okay.
the other day I was going through your Facebook, and I see these two Met legs, and I say to myself, wait, I didn't know he lost both legs. But
Let's go, Matt.
yeah. But okay, but you said it's more like an accessory for you.
Absolutely. I use it to my advantage whenever I can. It works out nice. The benefit of having a prosthetic is that you can actually, when you say something stupid, you can actually take it off and put it in your mouth.
Put a
Insert
foot
your foot in your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how did you, in all seriousness though, how did you lose your leg?
I actually have a picture
Okay.
of how I lost my leg.
And we're probably going to have to well, here, let me hold it up,
Okay.
and then we'll add it in.
That
in
guy
graphics.
right there took it off.
Okay, that guy.
That guy.
Is that Michael Del Judas?
That's Mike Del Judas.
Michael Del
My pal Mike
Judas?
Del Judas. Look at him. He's trying, even the prosthetic, he's trying to kick it off.
He's trying to kick your leg.
He's got a great sense of humor about it. In fact, that's one of the things I wanted to do, on to bust his chops a little bit about coming on here and talk about his mother farting.
Yes.
What is that?
I
What is
know. That was a great segment. For those in the audience, if you saw the Michael Del Judas segment, he is with Big Shot, Billy Joel. He sings all of his beautiful, wonderful songs. He tours with Billy Joel, but he also, in his own right, is a fabulous musician, has his own CDs out. He's fantastic. And I guess, obviously, you guys are friends.
Yes, we are. We're good
Okay.
friends. Yeah, he's a
So,
good boy.
were you sick, and at what age? And
Yeah,
it's great. Comedy cures everything. So.
Absolutely. I had cancer at the age of 32. And I do believe that the laughter and the positive attitude got me through it just as much as the medications did, which led to the comedy troupe that I run called Knock 'em Dead Comedy. It was a little side business, just something for fun. We do dinner theater, murder mysteries, game shows, kid shows. We're not stand-up or anything like that, just comedy shows, variety shows. It was a side thing for a while, just for fun. But cancer, and we've talked a little bit. We both have some interesting cancer stories. It really does, not to sound corny, but it teaches you that life is too short. And you really shouldn't waste your time doing something you don't want to do.
Absolutely.
It's really
you said
that
you
simple.
didn't really like your job at the time. You'd worked really hard, and you
Yeah.
were burnt out on that. And you're like, if I live and if I survive this, I'm going to do something that lights me up.
That's exactly right. I didn't want to. I was tired of being one of those 9-to-5 zombies driving to work every day. Everybody's packed on the expressway with the same expression. That's not for me.
How hard was it to learn how to re-walk? What was that like?
Well, it wasn't that hard at all, actually.
Okay.
I was on crutches for 3 years. The cancer was actually wrapped around the outside of my bone, so we took all the bones out. We put in cadaver bones. We put in farm animals, metal rods and screws, and nothing worked. Everything was breaking inside. I was on
wow.
crutches for 3 years, and I was actually the one that went to them and said, "Let's just get rid of it. Enough's enough." My son was not only just about 2 when I was diagnosed. My daughter was diagnosed with autism the same year I got sick, and they were both very little, under 5. So yeah, 3 years on crutches in pain the whole time. You're not a father and you're not doing anything. So I finally convinced them to amputate and got my life back. Basically, I used a prosthetic. I get around okay. I have good days and bad days, but so does everybody else with their
With
regular
2 legs.
right,
Yeah,
exactly. So yeah, I feel I got my life back, and I do things that I'd like to do now. So it's a struggle. Don't get me wrong. It's.
I know we were making light of it, but
Right.
attitude is really important. But at the end of the day, too, you went through a lot. I mean, like infection setting, like you said, they tried everything, things weren't working.
Right.
You kind of like almost hit bottom. In order to hit bottom, and then you can go up from bottom.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. That's one thing that you don't really, at least I never really saw on TV. You hear all the great stories. This one bounced back and this one survived, but you don't hear about the emotional toll of actually going through it. You don't hear about the financial toll. I lost my job from this. Lost a lot of money. My marriage failed. Everything crumbled from it. But it was good. There's only one way to go but up.
And how did it get better? Like, who were some of the people? Was it like a moment, an epiphany of sorts? Like, what happened for you that somebody tapped you on the shoulder? What made you have hope again, Tony? What gave you that?
Actually losing my job.
Okay.
Losing my job and really feeling, all right, well, I have no choice. You lose your job and you feel, all right, well, I can't even stay in that field anymore. Nobody's going to hire me. You feel kind of forced into making changes, but it just turned out to be a blessing in disguise. And I joke with people that cancer really was the best thing to happen to me.
And now you're performing and you're doing fundraisers and you're doing all kinds of things. Tell us about that experience for you.
It's great. It's
You're
really,
getting paid in laughter now, I guess. Right?
absolutely, we're getting paid to have fun, and I don't consider it a job, which I'm sure a lot of you guys don't. I mean, this is
Now we love it. I have to say, the crew, we call it the Live It Up family. Like even the guests, like we're one big, genuinely happy, good family.
yeah, and it
know?
shows because I watch the show a lot, and I see the fun they're having today. We were just making fun of some TV shows a few minutes ago, and it does seems like a lot of fun, and I identify with it being a performer. So I don't consider it work, and I get paid to have fun.
And I'm sure at the end of the night too, it must be very rewarding knowing that especially when you're doing a fundraising show, that the money is going to help others.
Absolutely. When people call me to do a cancer fundraiser of some sort, that's how they. That's that's how they get me. I'll give them,
That's where your funny bone is, so to speak, right? You twist the
Nice.
funny bone, right?
So that's they always get a good rate out of me that way because it's our way of giving back, and we try to help out some autism groups as well. Again, because I have a daughter that's autistic, so
Yes.
we try to
And
give back.
And how's she doing?
She's doing very well, thanks.
Excellent.
Very well.
Even autism has been on the rise, as you know, over the last several years. So many things are on the rise, and people just don't know what it is, whether it's the digital, whether it's the MMR shots, whether it's, all the different things that we're exposed to, whether it's the GMOs in our food, and it's like, you just don't know.
Right.
But what I do know is that children that are on the spectrum have such a gracious, wonderful heart.
Absolutely.
And, that it seems to me like every child that I meet that's autistic or that I've ever had the honor of knowing, they just lighten up a room
Right.
with who they are.
Yep.
So-
They lighten up a room. There's an honesty and a pureness to them, which can be funny in itself because they don't have the filter.
Right.
They'll tell you exactly what they're thinking right in a particular moment, where we might not do that, but I get a kick out of it. And it's rewarding to you. You see the goodness of people, the typical people when they step in to help out. My daughter's a junior in high school, goes to a regular high school. So it's nice to see the typical kids jump in and help her. She joined the track team. They're very welcoming to her. They treat her like a full
Like she's mainstream
teammate.
too, right? Exactly, right.
Absolutely,
Typically
absolutely.
developing, I guess, is
Right,
what they're
which is,
supposed to say. But
Yeah.
very
which is-
cool.
Yeah, it's great.
And
It's,
what is there a favorite skit that you do that just still cracks you up every time you do it?
We do a lot of audience participation murder mystery shows, comedic murder mystery shows. And there's 2 shows. We have a mob show. We're in New York. You have to have the mob shows. And we have a redneck wedding, which is just
Oh, that I have
it's
to
a
come
lot
see
of
that
fun.
one.
You're welcome
Yeah!
anytime. Anytime. In fact, I even
Well,
brought
growing
you a
up in
shirt.
St. Louis, Missouri, I have to say you did.
Oh, of course I did. That you will wear
Hey!
everywhere you go. In fact, I have a whole bunch. I'm giving one out to everybody. here.
Everywhere I go. Okay.
That's right.
There you go.
Knock 'em dead
Oh,
comedy.
that's great.
Can I
Knock 'em dead
pretend I'm
comedy.
drinking something here?
Excellent. Yeah, you can pretend like you're
Thanks.
drinking something.
I'm having fun on the set.
We actually do put water in it when guests asks,
Just
we
not
do. But
this
if you
guest,
but
no.
if you don't ask ahead of time, wait, this one's full of water. You ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, there you go. Stay tuned for more on Live It Up. Yay! I'm throwing in the towel.